everybody, and welcome to another episode of Motorboating with Mammeries. This is Tanks for the Mammeries, and we are playing World of Warships. So, I thought we'd just get started today. We're just going to jump right into some battles, and we'll start with the Furry Taco. Let's see what we can do. I'm not real good with this ship. I'm not real good at World of Warships, but we're going to give it a try, see what we can come up with, see if we can get some decent games out of it. So, stick around, and let's see what happens. Whoop, there's a Pinky. We've got a Pinky on our team. Red Wagon Jr. Alright, well, let's hope that he doesn't... Oh, it's raining. It's kind of raining here, too. Well, he's on the other side of the map. Alright, so we've got a couple of different replays for you today. I've put two of them into the same video. I obviously haven't played World of Warships often for a while, and climbed back in it today to just go and do something a little different there. So this first video, of course, is the Furutaka, otherwise known as the Furry Taco, and it's going to be a pretty good match, actually. It comes right down to the wire. It's a lot of fun. I was actually really nervous about it because I'm not very good at this ship. So, you know, as the clock counts down here, we do have one guy who's a team killer. He's over there in pink on the other side of the map, and he's not going to be much of a factor for me, so I'm not really going to worry about him. But I've decided that I'm going to stick around the sort of southeastern side of the map over by the sea capture point and go ahead and work the sea capture point with some of the other ships that are over here. And you know, again, I'm not really sure that I'm playing this particular ship correctly. So what I'm trying to do with it is sort of work on killing some of the destroyers fairly early on in the game, and then work my way into putting damage in on other cruisers and then battleships by staying sort of as much out of range as I possibly can, and staying alive as long as I can in the fight, because if I can stay alive throughout the fight and go to the end with pretty decent health, these guns can do a tremendous amount of damage and light fires, so they should be able to smoke out the last bit of health on some of the enemy ships when we get towards the end of the battle. So, you know, we're sailing in a position here. It doesn't really have any aircraft guns much to speak of, but it turns pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and designate the enemy torpedo bombers there as I get myself in a position over by the sea point. So yeah, so the next fight that we're going to have after this one, and I'll give you a little preview about it, is going to be the Texas. So I'm going to pull out the Texas battleship, and the fight is not quite as good as this one, but you know, I like battleships, but the RNG on the main guns is just so frustrating that I have to be in the right mood for it. So I took the Texas out, gave it a shot. Those are the two fights that I had today. I don't think I had any other ones. I think it was just those two. So here we are. Going to try and take some shots on this guy. Trying to lead him not too much, but just enough to get the rounds there into his hull. And I missed him because he was going a lot faster than I thought he was, but he's going to get torpedoed real hard there. I think somebody kills him before I get more shots into him. But he took some serious torpedoes right there. Now this guy in front of me, this cruiser, he's going to get smoked with these torpedoes. So I've got to turn into that last one to make sure that I don't get hit with it. I can't believe he didn't die. He probably should have died for that. But we're now all of a sudden not near as brave on this side as we were before, because he's just got a spanking, and there's not much to see over here. So we're going to end up capping out C, which is cool. And this game goes back and forth, man. I thought I had shots on that guy. The score goes back and forth quite a bit in this match, and usually once it goes one direction, that's pretty much it. And this just kept going back and forth. It was quite a seesaw. Get it? Uh, right, so there's a cruiser and a destroyer around this corner. I'm going to try and do some things, some nasty things to this destroyer. And that's my plan. But he's sort of sailing away from me, so I'm really not going to have much of an opportunity to do a whole lot to him. So I'm just going to try and lob those shells out there in a... I hit him twice. But I was trying to get those shells just sort of in the general area of where he was, trying to pepper around his retreating hull. Now we've got this cruiser to worry about, and I know the destroyer is going to come back for me, so I go ahead and alter my course so that if he does put torpedoes out there, they're going to have missed, and swing back around the other side of this island here, hopefully to try and catch this cruiser a little bit, and go ahead and because he's in my line of fire, or he's within range, but he's rapidly heading the other direction. So I'm going to try and get some shots out there on him, but those are going to totally miss. They're just not far enough, and I didn't lead him enough. So you see the scores. We're actually leading in the fight now. It's 2 ships down each. And those are coming to me, aren't they? Yep. Going to go ahead and try and help cap out B here. Checking out the different planes, making sure nobody's paying attention to me. Now at this point, I think it's as I'm trying to head into B, that destroyer is going to show back up. And because the destroyer is going to show back up, I guess it's not quite yet. It's going to be here in just a minute. He's going to show back up. I'm trying to get over towards B because I want to help cap out B and give us the points advantage because they are seriously capping both A and B right now. This guy will just pop around the corner. I can put some shots into him. So the destroyer's pop back up. He's down there in the lower right-hand corner. And I'm hoping that the cruiser's going to be able to take care of him. Now this battleship is just sitting right there, so I want to go ahead and switch over to high explosive, which I do now after I fired those rounds. And he's got some coming in on me. And those mostly miss, but once he reloads, I'm going to be in serious trouble, and there is nowhere for me to go. It's all open water. So I'm just going to do what I can to shoot at him, and then I'm going to try and turn tail and haul ass. Put some torpedoes down there to try and make him alter his path, and then try and get the hell out of Dodge, because he's bringing all his guns to bear on me. And if he gets behind that island, I'll be all right. But for now, here they come, and it's not good. Although that hit the stack. And then he dies because he got torpedoed by those airplanes. So that was cool. I was happy with that. And now I'm going to try and swing up and cap out B. Now I'm watching the destroyer. He's over there now. He was spotted. And we got a carrier over there, we got a cruiser over there, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, those guys could probably handle that dude. In the meantime, I'm just going to come up here and try and cap out B. And once I cap out B, I can figure out where I need to go from there. Whether I need to head over towards A to pitch in that direction. I know their carriers were steaming up north of B towards A, towards the northwest corner of the map. And I figure if I get into B, maybe I can spot those guys, but at least I'll be able to put some points back on. So they're up, 70-something points on us right now. And actually more than that. They're up, 100, 140 points on us. So the battle's not going well for us at this point in time. We're definitely down ships. We're down 2 cap points, and that destroyer is going after our carrier pretty hard. So I'm hoping the carrier can get away from him, because he's certainly paying attention to him. He's putting a whole lot of planes on top of that destroyer, really trying to distract him. So here I am going to cap out B, and I'm going to start swinging around towards the east again, so that as I cap this thing out, I can be pointing back in the direction of that carrier. Because I'll probably never make it in time to save him, but I do want to at least start heading that direction so I can take care of that destroyer and not let him cap out C. So we're clawing some points back. Now we're only about 60 points behind. So we got some of them back. And it's just a matter of trying to sink ships at this point. We're so close. But B's fully capped out. There's a destroyer. And I'm going to start heading that way, because he's got that carrier dead to rights. And short of that carrier getting those torpedo planes on him, but he's out of my range. I can't put any fire into him right now. Now we've got a bunch of ships sitting over there below A that really, aren't doing a whole lot. And I'm just doing my best to chase this guy down as fast as I can go. And he's just staying out. So the carrier's running away from me, which I should have told him to get a little closer. But and there's some torpedoes in the water there. He's just now getting ready to come into range. I'm trying to put some rounds where he is. But maybe I can distract him a little bit. So he's going to see. He's actually sitting on the edge of the map. And so as soon as I clear this hill, I should be able to put some shots into him. And I don't lead him enough. They're all over him, but I just can't get it quite where they need to be. Those just went just past him. Those splash just next to him. And I am trying, man. I'm doing my best, but I'm just not getting this guy. Those just go over. Those are short. It's like, Jesus Christ. I've got the right lead. What I don't have is the right distance. There, finally got a shot in on him. And then he smokes it up. But I hit him again. Now, I'm following that smoke right there, because that is him. And I'm thinking I can get some shots there in on him. Lead it a little bit because he's heading away, but no such luck. The carrier's now dead, so I wasn't able to save that guy. So I'm going to put some torpedoes down into the smoke, and luckily he didn't get me. So I was able to turn in and avoid all of those torpedoes that he was slinging my way. And I'm going to take a little bit of time here, swing my ship around, and put the other 3 torpedoes I have also into that smoke, in the hopes that somewhere in there I'll get him, and then get straight back to guns. And then I'm going to turn tail so that if there are more torpedoes coming, at least I'm already in a turn. But there he is. He's gone way, way, way off in the distance. So I missed him there, and all those torpedoes were wasted, but at least I was able to get some more shots on him here. Well, there's his next set of torpedoes. I mean, I knew he was going to put him back down my flight path. So now the enemy carrier has decided to pay serious attention to me, and that is bad. I know they're coming. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm trying to keep both of them at least off a beam where I can begin to maneuver. But the problem is there's one on one side and one on the other, and so it's just a matter of time before these guys are able to put torpedoes down on me. So here they come on this side. He's dropped him, and I'm trying to get away from him. I turned a little too much, just a little too much. And I should have kept the turn, so I'm going to get hit with one of them, which kind of blows. So I took that one, and then here come the other ones. And this guy, I was like, man, that one was really close, but I'm going to take some more. And I hadn't used my repair kit yet until just now. So now I've used my repair kit, took about half my health off, and it's time to make this destroyer pay. So fuck this guy. Put all those shots out on him. Boom. Hit him there. And here comes one more. So there, he's dead. And now I don't have to worry about those torpedo planes for a while. So all that work I did to Cap B, though, went away, and we're having to recap it now. But you can see the score. We've taken the lead again, even though I don't know how that's happened. I guess it's just the weight of ships that we've killed, but we've taken the lead again. And at this point in time, if we lose another ship, they can take it right back from us. So I'm glad we're capping out the B point. That is going to start helping. And then we lost a ship. So the scores are pretty close. Once again, pretty close. And it's just like, wow, man, what is it going to take to get ahead of these guys? So back and forth, back and forth. We're down one to them. And I start seeing the bad guys. So I'm going to start putting some shots down there. I should have switched over to high explosive at this point. And here they come back. They're going to start hitting me pretty good. But I got to keep going. All right. Put some torpedoes down there, his direction. Hopefully he'll sail into him. In the meantime, now I've switched over to high explosive. Got to get behind this island because he's going to hurt me. And I don't want to sail around the other side because the other guy is there on the other side. And I know that if I sail over there, I'm going to be fucked. So, but here come the enemy. More torpedoes and dive bombers. So here come the torpedoes. I'm going to take one of those in the ass, plus the dive bombers. But that's okay. I had my repair kit, was back up again, and was able to save that. So at this point in time, we can probably win this. We just don't need to be dying. But this guy is bearing down on me. And there's just not a lot I can do because once he comes around this island, if he wants to get me, he's going to get me. So the only thing I can really do at this point is put the torpedoes in the water. So I'm going to put my torpedoes in the water right now. Just got him reloaded just in time. He's going to start taking shots at me with the secondaries. His primaries are ready to go. Here it comes. I'm dead, but guess what? So is he. Boom. I will take that. And that is going to be the end of the game for us because at this point the carrier can just stay alive. And if that carrier can stay alive, we're going to go ahead and be able to take this all the way through to the end. So that was a pretty good game. That was a lot of fun. And enjoyed that. It was a real nail biter there. We just kept going back and forth with the score, but at this point in time, it's all but over. So long as our carrier, stays alive, and there's obviously enemy torpedo planes coming at him. They were trying, man. This guy was not screwing around, the enemy carrier, but our guy manages to live through that, and we're just going to end up running the score out. So Furitaka takes it all the way to the end. Was able to take that last ship down there. So we managed to pull it out with a win, with only one surviving ship on our side versus 3 on their side. So a lot of fun, that match. Really enjoyed it. Going to come off with a pretty good score. I'll have the scorecards coming up next, and then we're going to move on into the battle with the USS Texas. So that's what's next. So got some good congratulations there from the team, and even though the ship went down, I was pretty pleased with that. Was able to pull that one out. Oh, don't forget, guys, I've got a Facebook page, so feel free to check it out. It's Tanks FTM on Facebook. If you follow the page, there's going to be eventually contests, giveaways, and things like that I'll have up there. And also like to say thanks to TGN TV, the Gamer Network, for giving me a good shout out this morning on Twitter. I appreciate that. So again, here we are. This is the final score. I had 200,000 credits, 4,100 experience. Was able to do some pretty good damage there and came out on top. So the Zuho on our side did a good job, and they had a St. Louis that survived as well. It was pretty cool. So here we are on the next fight, and this is in the Texas. Again, I'm not the best battleship guy in the world, but I do like the Texas. I wish the RNG was a little bit better than it is. But we're going to go ahead and get in this fight. It's not quite as nail-biting as the other one was there, but all in all, a good match. I don't do near as much damage, but I do get a couple of citadels in this, and I think it's against one of the Japanese cruisers. But there's going to be some shooting in this that just I can't believe that I wasn't able to hit anything, because again, the lead is always good, not always good, but the lead is good, and I just the RNG and shell dispersion just kills me on these things. This will be my last fight, I think. So, this fight's going to develop in the typical way. We got a good 5 minutes of trying to get to where we see anybody and shoot anybody, but I'm getting pretty good at actually firing the Texas guns in sequence, where I space them out enough that I'm not always worried about getting everything out the door and then having to wait for the reload. There's usually a pretty fast reload from one battery of guns to the next, so if I'm able to shoot them not all at once but in a sequence, then you can keep this ship pretty much firing continuously. And I really do like the extra turret on this thing. I think it's very helpful to have the extra guns. So I've slowed down a little bit here just to kind of hang out in the middle while the rest of our team spreads out, and then that'll kind of tell me where I need to get to from here. My idea was to sort of stay in the middle and put some shots downrange. They're all going to be short, but that's 4. And I can't reach those guys, although they can probably reach me. There he is again. I'm going to put some more right there. I was hoping I'd be able to get him when he hit the island, if he didn't make the turn, but all those are going to miss. Ah, well, what do you do? I've been detected by somebody somewhere. And they're all kind of staying out of range. So at this point in time, I'm like, fuck it, I gotta get my guns in the fight. So I'm gonna head north. I'm gonna push up and head north. The idea is to try and keep some of these islands on the like the 2-3 line between me and whatever's out there on the 1-2 line. And that way I don't have to worry about torpedoes and things from that side, and just worry about focusing my guns on what's to the east of us. And there's a whole bunch of ships up there, so I've got my speed back on, and now I'm going to try and spin up there and see if we can't put some fire down range against those guys. And there's going to be some ships popping out from the middle of the islands on the 9 line through that little cut from between the islands there, and I'm going to get I'm not going to overextend, but I am going to get up there in a spot where I end up taking fire a little more than I wanted to, but that's where they're coming from. That's what I can shoot, so that's what's going to get shot at. So destroyers popped out of there, and there's going to be some other, I think there's a cruiser that comes out next. There he is. Should be able to hit him in just a second. So he's just still out of my range, but he doesn't have a whole lot of maneuver room, so I figure if I can start getting some shells in there that land about the time that he falls right within my range. There they go, all in sequence there. They're just dropping all around him. And not paying attention to where the hell I'm going, somebody put an island in the way. So the start of my turn, don't quite make it. Just not going to quite make it. And this is the point where I start going, oh, this is not a good place to get stuck. At least I'm angled properly. If I'm going to get stuck right here, I'm angled properly for being stuck, because it's almost head on to all of the people that are going to be shooting at me. The problem is I only have forward guns in the right direction right now. So that's a pretty good lead right there. They just miss. So put 2 more down range. They're also good lead. But now all those guys are going to be able to start shooting at me, and here it comes. He thought I was going forward instead of backwards, which is cool, but that's the last time that they're going to not have the range properly. So there's a little hit there. And here comes some torpedo planes, which I was pretty surprised that this guy, this carrier driver, decided to put torpedo planes on me. Because the Texas has got good anti-aircraft fire. So kind of lead him a little bit there. Wait for the guns to reload. I think I've got decent lead on him. Now get the ship turned. And those missed. He slowed down too. So put some more rounds down range towards him, and here comes a bunch my way. Clang. So we've got a decent hit on him there. And now we've got this guy to worry about. Try to get the rounds reloaded before I go behind the island. Not going to do it with that one, but this guy I can put some shots into. So again, I'm trying to keep my angle, so I'm not completely broadside to those guys. He takes a torpedo hit, he's dead. And here come the enemy. And so I'm going to take a torpedo shot right here. Take a couple of torpedoes. That's alright. Had dive bombers as well. That was a pretty good strike those guys made on me. Now this guy's running aground, so we just got to get the guns to where I can fire at him, and I will be putting a lot of shells in this direction. But as usual, they're just not going to do a whole lot. I don't think. I don't think that's the guy that I get the citadels on. Let's see here. I don't know if this guy's trying to do a torpedo run or what, but on fire again. and I've got a long time for a cooldown. Kind of bummed out about that. There goes a hit on that guy. 3 decent hits on him. Still on fire. Here come way more shells. These guys have all figured me out. But there's nothing I can do about the fire right now, so my idea is just to go ahead and put as many rounds down range as I can. And there we go. There goes some for that fucking guy. There's a citadel. We'll take that. Thank you very much. So that's fun. Now again, nothing I can do but run away from this guy. I mean, I'm very, very low health, and I don't have a whole lot more that I can do to him because his rate of fire is so much faster than mine. I'm just going to do what I can to keep shells down range, and the torpedoes take him out, which saves my life, frankly. So that saved me. Now there's one more ship over there. I'm going to need a new paint job. But my repair is back up, and my damage control party will be back up now, so I can go ahead and use that. But I'm trying to go for this destroyer because I know that that little fucker could sneeze on me and I could die. So I'm going to try and put some shells his direction. Don't quite get it. It's close. But he gets damaged from somebody else, so put a few more in there. Those miss him because he did use his repair kit pretty much right away. And now he's just hauling ass. He's trying to cap out, but he's still getting hit pretty good. So he ought to be dead here in just a second. But I didn't want to spin over that way while I was using my damage control ability. So, because last thing I needed to do was get hit by him. Alright, so that's pretty much it for that. So now that we've taken care of him on our cap is back under our control. And we seem to have blunted that big push by all those cruisers pretty quickly. So at this point in time, it's basically just trying to spin around, head back to the north, and see what I can do to either get on that cap or kill some of the enemy ships that are going to be up there. So we got a little bit of sailing to do, and while we're doing that, we'll talk about some of the other things that are going to be happening. You notice me looking around from side to side. I have some workers coming to the house, and I didn't expect them to be here today, so I heard all these noises in the backyard, and I was like, what the fuck? So, yeah, so that was what was happening there. So, I put up a couple of new Armored Warfare videos for you guys to take a look at, some of the streaming I did last night, and I'll have some World of Tanks videos going up as well, and then this World of Warships video. So that ought to keep you guys going here for like the next week or so. And then after that, I'll come back and put up some more content. Also, if there's particular ships that you'd like to see me use in World of Warships, just for shits and grins, or because you want to know more about them, I'm happy to do that. If you'll just leave comments at the bottom of the video, then I will be more than happy to take out those specific ships. Same with tanks. If you want to see tanks in Armored Warfare, or you want to see them in World of Tanks, and want me to play specific vehicles, let me know, and I'll be happy to do that. And also, if you've got replays that you'd like to send in, you're more than welcome to. Just look for my contact information on my YouTube channel page under the About section. And I will be happy to take a look at those replays and put those up there for you. Done a couple in the past. I think they're pretty fun. So just tell me, just send the replay and tell me, sort of what it is to look for and what we need to be watching out for, and I'll be happy to take a look at them. So at this point in the fight here, we're getting pretty close to the part where this guy, this cruiser's about to come into range. Now he's still behind the islands, and there's nothing I can do about that. So I'm continuing to sail to try and get to a point where if I can get around that little island there on the 4 line that's just up to my left, I should be able to get a shot in on that guy. Because he's now, like I said, he's in range. And that's about the only one who is. So we've pretty much got this fight wrapped up. And there's not a whole lot that they can do. Their carrier is over there in the slot. And there's a couple of ships coming around to get him. The aircraft are definitely just bothering the shit out of him. So the only thing I can really do is shoot at this guy that's over here. And so he's not got a lot of health left. And all it really would take for me is one decent shot. So I'm looking for him to pop out, and I'm clear around that island, so I should be able to take some shots at him. So I'm going to measure the distance, fire some preliminary rounds downrange to make sure I've got the lead right. The lead's pretty good, and they're just a little short. So continuing to fire, and those didn't lead so good. That bat should have hit him. Plenty of time to shoot this guy, so I adjust the lead again. I'm just about at his waterline. Just about reloaded. And we're going to fire some more. So there goes 2 more. Looking good. And they miss. So I figure, well, fuck it. I'll put all of them down there. They were looking good, and they all missed him. Can't fucking believe it. So once again, proper lead. Guns reloading. Still got plenty of time to shoot this guy. And it's not like he's a destroyer, so there's the first 2 out. Good on distance. And they miss. Put all the rest of them out. That's the last chance I'm going to have to shoot at him. And they all miss. God damn it. Sometimes, RNG. Sometimes. So at this point I'm thinking, man, I can't chase that guy down. He's going to be completely out of sight from me. He's behind all those islands. I should just head for the cap and hope that our torpedo planes can get this guy. Because if I go to chase, and I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it, but I just don't see me having any chance of getting close to that fucking guy, because that is a really big rock he's behind over there, and maybe if he pops out the other side of it, I got a shot at him. But the torpedo planes, by the time I turned around and tried to get over there, the torpedo planes would have at least 2 more sorties that could go to take him out, and he's, it's really just, that's it. It's pretty much the last ship. So anyway, that's about it for this fight. So again, like I said, guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the channel. We do Armored Warfare, World of Warships, World of Tanks, and on occasion, when I feel like it and there's something new, I'll do Star Citizen. But feel free to send in replays. Again, just go to the About section of my front page on YouTube. There'll be an address that you can send the replays to. Tell me a little bit about them. Shoot them to me. I'll take a look at them and get them up on the channel. I will be out of town this next week, so these videos that I'm doing today will have to tide you guys over. And I do appreciate you watching. Appreciate all the support, especially the TGN guys, TGN TV, my gaming network sponsor, for putting me up on Twitter earlier. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube. And I'm also on Google. So feel free to hit me anytime on any of those. Leave comments, and I will respond. There he is. I guess I do get some more shots on him, but again, they're going to miss. Come on, fucking hit him this time. Looking good. And that's the end of that.
Damn it.
So, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I will catch you guys on the next one. This is Tanks for the Mammeries saying so long from World of Warships. Motorboating with Mammeries is the series. Take care, everybody.